What's going on, everybody? Robbie here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Titans Return, Hot Rod, and Firedrive. So this, of course, is Titans Return, Hot Rod, and he looks, at first glance, and, you know, it's still in the package, so I want to give it every available opportunity to wow me, but it looks kind of weird so far. But I don't want to make that call just yet. I am excited about the figure. I am, you know, I'm not the biggest Hot Rod fan, but I do appreciate his design and colors and stuff like that. So I am excited about this figure. I'm just a little bit apprehensive, to be perfectly honest with you. But, of course, this is the Titan Master version. You get Firedrive here, which turns into a little Hot Rod head. We got a couple of guns that presumably hook together so you can actually seat a Titan Master in there, I would imagine. And we can see on the back, very nice looking vehicle mode and robot mode here, as well as the Titan Master fitting inside, which is a really cool plus. And it says, excuse me, with the Decepticons rising, the Autobots power up with Titan Master partners to stop them. Firedrive gives Hot Rod an electrostatic fire blast that disables the systems of enemy targets it hits. Very cool. So that's a neat effect. It shows on here, of course, that Firedrive works with all of these other Transformers as well. Breakaway, Prime, Six Shot, etc., 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 etc. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and crack this guy open, and we're going to check him out right now. Alright, guys. Hot Rod and Firedrive, and not not focusing. First, I want to show you guys the collector card here. Of course, very nice image of Hot Rod, and honestly, they made him, it looks like they tried to make him look a little bit like his More Than Meets the Eye version in this image, but obviously it's more of a kind of a G1. Honestly, I'd peg it more of like a Cybertron-esque Hot Rod, you know, for my part. But anyway, check it out the back. You can see his stats are really solid. I don't know why they're so solid, to be honest with you. It's not Rodimus Prime, he's just Hot Rod. But he's, you know, pretty much maxed out in everything except speed, which is the one thing you think he would be maxed out on already. I don't get his stats. And then when you add Firedrive, of course, it gets crazy town. So that's Hot Rod. I guess once a prime, always a prime, or something. He does come with this little blaster here. You can see it does peg together very solidly. It's one of those, like, multiple little hooks that kind of hook together and form this, like, unbreakable sort of bond here. See that, got that going on, and of course Firedrive can sit down in that should you so desire, and it does also have two tabs which will allow you to peg this onto the hood of Hot Rod's car, the engine, as most of his weapons tend to do. He does have a couple of pegs here for some Titan Masters, such as Firedrive here. And he also has an opening cockpit area where you can seat Firedrive inside and have him hang out here and drive around in his very own Hot Rod. If you're gonna ride, Daniel, ride in style. Now, here's the thing. Missed opportunity to call this Titan Master Daniel, in my opinion. And it is my opinion, and may be completely wrong. But, you know, there it is. He's got some pegs right here, so you can plug in this thing, should you so desire to do so. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's actually a very nice vehicle mode, very streamlined, rolls quite nicely. The wheels, at least in the front, are bolted in. The back wheels are clip-ons, but they're not bad at all. This guy actually rolls very, very nicely. Fully painted spoiler on the back here, and you can see the rear of the vehicle. Actually, it looks really nice. You got some a bunch of exhaust areas here. Just tons. He's got so many exhaust pipes. Yeah, leading him out to the front, and the front end of the car looks really nice as well. This piece does kind of flop around a little bit. I do wish it had maybe just a couple little pegs that pegged into this side just to hold it all together a little more firmly. But other than that, it's actually a really nice vehicle mode. I do like it quite a lot. Oops, 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 oops. But yeah, transformation into robot mode. Very simple. We're going to pop Firedrive out. Let's go ahead and transform him into, I don't know, head mode, Titan Master mode. There you go. There he is. Now, the only weird thing about this is that, well, first of all, his face looks a little Springer-esque to me, but that's just a little aside. But also, like, his legs don't quite go flush against the back of the robot mode head, and I really wish they would kind of change that so that it's more of a thing, you know. Maybe make it so like it's got little pegs that like just go slot in next to the waist or something. Just a little something to hold the head together a little bit better. But that is a minor nitpick. So we'll just set him off to the side for now, and we're gonna close this up for the Mo. First thing we want to do is actually come over here and grab the sides of the vehicle. We're just gonna unpeg those and pull them out like so. Alright. Next thing we want to do is we're going to flip in this piece that we've already mentioned. And then we're going to bring it right around and flip it over to the front. Just like that. Next thing we want to do is we're actually going to pry up this whole back end here with the spoiler that pegs onto these two pegs on the back of the vehicle mode. So we're going to turn this around. And we're going to swing this on up. And it's got two little tabs here. They're going to go into these two little slots, and it's just going to kind of sit on there. A little loosely, but I mean the joint here is so tight that it's really not a problem. It holds just fine without any issues. And then of course you can see what we do from here. We're just going to stretch out the legs. Stretch those leggies out. I'm going to flip down the feet. And we're going to turn these bits inward to form the backs of the legs and rotate the waist around. Then we're just going to pop the fists out here, which can be a little bit tight. There we go, and then just pop that on. And it's a little tight. It's a little bit tight, honestly. But it should, should loosen up over time a little bit here. There we go. Got it. Got it. And now here you have Hot Rod in robot mode. And it's alright. I mean, it's exactly the way it was in the package, minus the flap was down at the bottom of his feet there. You can put the weapons in his hands, of course. Give him his dual blasters or what have you. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's a decent looking figure. It's a fairly nicely articulated figure. The head, of course, is on that Titan Master ball joint. Arms are also on ball joints. You got a good amount of wiggle in the shoulders there. You do have a bicep swivel and an elbow joint here. The hands can go in and out a little bit just due to transformation. Again, due to transformation, he's got a waist swivel. He's got a thigh swivel. He's got ball jointed hips. He's got okay knee bend. It's a little bit blocked by the pipes here. And you do get a little smidgen of wiggle in the toes. But his feet are kind of at that angle to give him a little bit of a natural A stance, which I appreciate. But that's pretty much what you're dealing with as far as articulation, as far as this guy goes. I mean, overall, he's decent. I don't dislike him. There's just nothing really here that I'm like that gaga over. I mean, the paintwork is decent, you know. It very much reminds me of, I want to say it's Cybertron Hot Rod. I want to say it's Cybertron Hot Rod that's jumping to my mind. I could be getting my versions wrong, so if I am, I apologize, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. His arms are a little bit overly long, I feel. Just not even that they're out of proportion, just the fact that I think it's one solid long bit of red and that his shoulders go up so high. It makes his arms seem so much longer than they are. But I mean, like I said, there's nothing bad about this figure. I just don't know that I'm that, you know, in love with it. I do like the vehicle mode, that's for sure. That's a big plus. And it's got a nice, like, chunky Titan Master robot mode, so that's another cool thing. But yeah, I mean, Hot Rod. If you have Masterpiece Hot Rod version 2.0 or whatever, this guy's really kind of superfluous. If you want a Titan Master of Hot Rod, this is your guy. But otherwise, I don't know. It's obviously it's up to you. But that's my opinion on him. Anyway, that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. It really does help me. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I will have more Transformers Titans Return coming real soon. Stick around. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.